I think I've made it abundantly clear my stance over the years about censorship, any and all forms of it on this little bullshit spinning mudball we call home, and I've seen far too many motherfuckers go and push their agenda and their weight onto others, a small minority of individuals that do not like something, that are offended by something, that are triggered by something, that just want it to be silenced, they want it to be covered up, they don't want it to exist anymore because they do not agree with it, they do not like it, so everybody else should have to adhere to their views and their opinions. Well, in this particular instance, we have Ashley Riot, a well-known cosplayer who is attending CEO. So CEO Gaming is a big-time convention that I'm familiar with, mainly because I follow Kenny Omega and Xavier Woods. Two big-time wrestlers I love the living shit of. Both are big into gaming, and there's all sorts of tournaments and other crazy shit going on, watching all the DDR tournaments, and then Tekken tournaments, and Smash Brothers and all that shit. So I was following all that, but then I got a glimpse of this. So Ashley Riot, who was dressed as Cammy, this was the thing that had offended one person. We're talking about tens of thousands of people showing up to something, and this one person made a complaint, and she had to cover up her Cammy costume. Cammy, who, let's be honest, is not wearing anything that's any more offensive than what you would see on a fucking beach. Oh man, some leg was showing. Oh wait, a little bit of butt cheek was showing. Oh shit! We better go and shut everything down, everybody! Oh, we can't have this whatsoever. The character is wearing an outfit that is pretty well known amongst gamers. When you see Cammy, you know how Cammy is dressed, how Cammy looks, and this offended one person, so she was forced to go and cover up. Now, somebody could say, well, how's that all that big of a deal? You were just forced to. That's not the fucking point. One person shouldn't be able to go and dictate the rest of an evening for another individual, especially when you go somewhere specifically to cosplay as a character, and you only bring a couple of outfits. So you have one of those days dedicated to you dressing up as that character. You basically just ruined it for that person, because one person bitched. Now, a lot of people freaked out and was thinking, oh man, it was the actual staff who run the convention, and that's not the case at all. It was actually at the Orlando Wyndham. So, whoever is in charge over there, whoever was the active manager at that point in time, or whoever the fuck was in charge to be able to go and say, oh, well, you're gonna have to cover up, or you're gonna have to hit the bricks. That's the motherfucker that I want to go and find, so everybody can tell you how they feel about your call that you want to go and pass judgment on because one person was offended. See, if you ever had me in the active management role at that current moment in time, somebody came up, excuse me, I don't feel comfortable with the way that this person over here is dressed, and I really think that they should cover up. And I'd respond with, fuck off, get over it, bye, that's it. End of story. And they're like, well, I'll complain. Don't care. I don't care. I don't care because I can't care because you shouldn't care. You don't like what you're seeing? You can avert your eyes. You can look everywhere. Do you know how many places that you can go and fixate your attention on? That you can take your fucking peeps and you can just stare off at anything else? And this one person out of thousands, how often are you gonna see them? Are you gonna fucking follow her around just going, I'm so offended, so fucking offended, I can't deal with this. Do you see? I see her thighs. I see her thighs. Isn't that what you would see on a beach? I don't have an actual response. I'm just gonna make incoherent noises. And this isn't the first time. I've come across this shit numerous different times. I have plenty of friends who do cosplaying. And I appreciate the time, the work, the effort that goes into it, to try to act like the character, to portray them in every way possible, to get every single minor, just tiny little insignificant detail to the outfit, to the aesthetics, down to a T. And to be able to go out there and do that shit for hours on end, to deal with the fucking betas who were just drooling at, just like, oh my god, just losing their fucking minds. But I mean, we're talking about one of the most famous female video game fighting characters of all time, let alone within Street Fighter. And you had her wear some motherfucking leggings because you were offended that you saw too much leg. This is the fucking world that we live in, where everybody is so prone to just immediately get annoyed, to get aggravated, to get bothered, to get triggered, to get offended. Like, why is everything so fucking politically correct, and especially about shit that's not even a big deal? This girl was not going to bother you at all. Her existence, the way that she was dressed, was not going to ruin your stay at the hotel or at the convention or anything like that, but you decided that you needed to go and impede on her. You needed to. That was how you want to spend your day, was by ruining somebody else's. That's the shit that bothers me the most. We're not talking about somebody who's walking around fucking swinging their dick like this or some shit. We're not talking about somebody who's got their fucking pussy literally hanging the fuck out. We're not talking about anything like that. We're not even talking about something that is offensive. We're talking about somebody who is wearing the equivalent of a one-piece swimsuit. And that's it. Oh, with some boots. With some boots and some gloves and shit. So that's what set this off. I just wish more often somebody would tell all the offended people, I don't fucking care if you're offended. Get over it. That's why I continue making the videos that I do, and I know that folks will always chime in, like, oh, well, fuck you! You shouldn't be allowed to say that! But you should always be allowed to tell me to shut up. That's the stuff that I love the most. Is I should be allowed to go and tell you that you're being a fucking asshole, but you should always be allowed to tell other people that they can't be a certain way, say shit a certain way, think a certain way, and all the other fucking stuff. So, yeah, that totally doesn't undermine your entire argument at all, does it? Look, if you're going to a convention and you're cosplaying, cosplay is whatever you want. And you wanna know, I give the staff at that convention a lot of fucking credit because they were very nice, they were very supportive, they did everything that they could, but your hands are tied so much because you're contractually obligated to just deal with the bullshit of the fucking hotel because that shit is linked up like that. And it's frustrating and it's annoying because you can't do anything about it. You can argue the point over and over again, but it just took that one fucking person. That one person to go and ruin that other person's day. And granted, you know, she's cosplayed as tons of different things, from anime characters, video game characters, you know, and I think all that shit is awesome. Like, you're dressing up as She-Hulk, that's fucking cool. You're dressing up as characters from DBZ, from Street Fighter, all that shit is fucking awesome. And I'm glad that she still continued to be able to enjoy her time there, but I just find it that shit's fucking sad, man. That is. Like, if I went cosplayed somewhere and I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of offensive. You're just gonna have to go and ruin your own outfit now. I'd be fucking livid, man. And sure as shit, I'd be here in front of a camera to go and get things off my chest. And when I read that, I'm like, you know what? I have a lot of opinions on the matter. I don't know her personally. I don't know any of the fucking staff there personally who run all that shit. But I've got opinions. And I'm an opinionated motherfucker and a very chatty bitch on top of that. So I gotta go and do what I gotta do. But either way, if you're offended by something like that, get the fuck over it. That's the moral of the story. And Cammy's a fucking awesome-ass character, as we all know. Ever since Street Fighter 2, oh! This is AlphaOmegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers game the fuck on!